Hello, I'm Hal Ottaway with the Wichita Postcard Club, and it's time for once again for a postcard of the week. Mark your calendars, July 10th at 1:45 Central Time is what you need to be aware of for our July meeting. This will be the club meeting for the Wichita Postcard Club on July 10th. So do mark that. We have somebody today that I'm pleased, always happy to have Dolores by my side. But Dolores and her husband Leon Rowe came for many, many years, and still she's coming to our show. They were both speakers a bunch of years ago when our show theme was Hawaii. They spent several months there on a sabbatical and going to school and learning just like teachers do. But Leon and Dolores were both teachers and wonderful, wonderful people. And those who come to our show in October all know Dolores and Leon. We're delighted to have Dolores Rowe from Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, here today. She's going to be talking a little bit about her program or presentation. And so, Dolores, why don't you just go ahead and take the reins and show us and tell us a little bit about what you'll be talking about?
Okay,
Thank you.
I'm really happy to be here. I don't have to introduce myself since Hal did such a good job. My topic is real photo postcards of Christmas trees. And I got into this because I collect antique Christmas ornaments. And when I found out that there were trees that showed some of these ornaments, I was enamored and started looking for them, usually under real photos in somebody's stock, sometimes under Christmas, and sometimes I just ask people. They're not easy to find, but the card that I'm going to show today is newer than most of the ones you're going to see on July the 10th. It's the card that you should see now has an AGFA stamp box, and that dates it to the 1930s to 1940s, whereas most of the ones I'm going to show on Saturday are earlier than that. But anyway, if you take a look at this card, you can learn something about the family from their Christmas tree. And if you look at the gifts underneath this card, you will decide that there is no toddler in this family because there's nothing under the tree in the gifts that would be for anybody but maybe a teenager or older. Now, mostly you see displayed a game with a long pole. When I first saw that, I thought it was a pool cue. But when I look at it with a magnifier, it does not appear to be that. It looks like it has horses with riders behind it. And then there is a case, a wood holder to the left that has notches and a ball on the top. So I think what it is that you hit the ball at the bottom, and the horses travel up. But I'm not really sure. If one of my viewers is a toy guy, you'll be able to tell me. But obviously, that's not a toy for a little child. Then to the right of that, it appears that there's an encyclopedia set. Well, of course, everybody had an encyclopedia before Google and the internet. So that's again for an older child. On the left is a box that I can only partially read. It has the name of a company and Michigan, and then it says a name and game boards. So that's what's under the tree. Now, what is on the tree is stuff that I remember when I was growing up in the 40s and 50s. First of all, you see those big lights at the bottom. You can see some on the tree, the great big ones. Now we have those little mini things. These are great big lights. And mostly you will find American made ornaments on this that you probably all remember. Most of them were round. They might have had stenciling or painting on them with a Christmas scene, Santa Claus, holly, all kinds of things like that. Some of them had indents where the round ball actually had a part that was convex. I think that's the right word. Or no, is it concave? Well, it goes in, whichever it is. And some of them are ovals. So those are all relatively modern ornaments. But the thing that really relates me to this tree is the tinsel. When I was growing up, the tinsel was made out of lead. Of course, now we know that's a hazard. So I don't remember anybody in my family eating it, but they don't make it anymore. Anyway, in my family, as you can see on this one, the tinsel was hung one strand at a time so that it hung perfectly. You did not throw it by handfuls so that it was a haphazard. It had to hang straight. It was very time consuming, but it was beautiful. And I carried that tradition over to when I got married in the 60s. And many of my first trees had this tinsel. Now, today, tinsel is made from plastic. So if you walk by a tree and that plastic tinsel is on it, it will follow you. It's, it's static electricity. So it doesn't have the same effect at all. Once I started collecting antique ornaments, I quit using the tinsel because I thought it hid the ornaments from view. So I still have it in the basement, but I don't use it anymore. So if you'd like to hear about older Christmas trees and how they got started in the United States, which was it's a fascinating story, and what they were decorated with before we had this kind of ornament, please join us at the club meeting on the 10th. I will certainly look forward to seeing you and hearing your questions. Thanks so much for listening.
Thanks, Dolores. My goodness, this is truly Christmas in July,
Yes.
this July 10th. So do join us. Give us a like on Facebook and YouTube, please. And we'll see you. And oh yes, be remembering that the Wichita Postcard Club show will be happening this year, our 43rd one on October 16 and 17, 2021. We're delighted to be able to have our show again and look forward to seeing many collectors and dealers from all over the country come to Central USA to Wichita. And Dolores will be here for the show again this year.
Or will.
So thank you, Dolores, and we look forward to seeing your Christmas in July, July 10th, 1:45 Central Time and 2:45 Eastern. And, we have friends in California that'll join us much earlier on their time machines. But take care and thanks very much. Bye-bye.